And no one can take it. Hello? Hi. I'm sorry. It's been 10 whole minutes. I didn't even realize. Okay, sorry. I am so very sorry. There's some stuff I had to take care of last minute. Didn't realize. Holy crap, 10 minutes. I apologize, guys. Oh, my goodness. Well, for those of you who've somehow waited for that period of time, I apologize and try to make sure that doesn't happen again. But yeah, I'm kind of running late on the stream as it is, so the stream was technically scheduled to start an hour ago, but you know me, trying to do stuff last minute always makes me do stuff. All right, let's just go to the game. This login screen. All right. So, for those of you who are just tuning in, we're going to be playing some Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. And what does that entail, you may ask? I will tell you. It will entail me going over mostly the side stories while periodically possibly just going back into the main game again, and mostly going through Sayori's story. Because I haven't really gone through it. I think I've seen the majority of Sayori's stuff from the game, because after what was it first? During the fourth day, things start to get kind of weird to where you might not have. Oh, speaking of which, I must put spoilers on the tags because big spoilers. Spoilers. Boom. All right, updated. All right, so like I said, so things may start getting a little weird with Sayori now that we know that from the last stream she started to say some stuff and ask some questions about would you want to have Yuri walk you home and whatnot. And yeah, we're gonna see exactly what that's all about on this side. Since we mainly picked mostly Sayori stuff, we're going to see if that does any changes whatsoever. Because For those who didn't see it in the last stream or know about my past history with this game, I've played this game and pretty much seen most of it before, so pretty much know the ins and outs and beats and whatnot. Awesome game, and I'm still like making sure people don't know about certain twists and stuff. Even though they in the trailer for this game, where we actually have the creator come out and say what the game is about. So yeah, I still won't spoil much about this game until we get to the actual crazy meat and bones of it. I'm just still surprised that this came out on the consoles like Switch, Xbox, and on PlayStation 4 and those type of games. It's insane. It's insane to me. But we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna go and log in. We are here. We're here. We are logged in. We're gonna see exactly what we can do. So this here is the main game, and these are the files that I guess you can just go in without alt tabbing, I believe, to do all this stuff. And then here we get the side stories, which gets so there's 6 of them. So I feel like we only got 2, because I feel like there's going to be more like on the row on the bottom here. So yeah, I think that's what that's all about. So we know about trust and understanding. We watched both of these last stream. So we're gonna go and check out Trust Part 2 and then Understanding Part 2. And then afterwards, we're gonna go and play the main game and see different types. We're gonna see different types of stuff. It seems like we're actually gonna have to go back and do the poems again, as far as checking out that stuff, and that means multiple playthroughs, probably off stream to see exactly what that deal is. So yeah, we might figure that out later, sometime soon. All right, let's go and let's go and just do Trust Part 2. We're gonna begin this side story, so let's go. Another day passes in a flash, and it's already time to go to the next club meeting. Although Monica should have come up with the plans for today's club activities, she hasn't been able to shake her guilt and anxiety after reading Sayori's poem. I'm so stupid. Had I let myself be the center of attention? Sayori is going through these kinds of feelings, and I'm letting her confront me instead of the other way around. What kind of club president does that? This whole time, I didn't think to ask about her own feelings. So much for this stupid vision. Sayori enters the club room with her usual smile, but upon seeing the downcast Monica, her smile quickly fades into an expression of concern. Monica? Is everything okay? I am really sorry. I'm such a terrible friend. Huh? What are you talking about? You're an amazing friend. Monica shakes her head. I made this all about myself. Even you said so yesterday. You told me that I'm trying to make the club that I need the most, right? But my problems are so trivial compared to yours. Sayori responds quietly. What are you talking about? But as she says that, her face darkens. Through the silence, Sayori mutters her realization. I left my folder here. Monica stares blankly ahead, unable to come up with a response. I wasn't ready to share those. Now you're worrying about me. I don't want that. But why? We're friends, right? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Friends look out for each other. And I want to be there as much as you are here with me. Another long moment passes in silence. The air is incredibly heavy. This is different. It wasn't just about you yesterday. It was about the club. Besides, things were so happy yesterday. You don't need to do all that. You don't need to do this all of a sudden. I don't want it. I like happy. So, if you do this, then you're just being selfish. Monica massages her forehead, struggling through the frustration of such a paradox. It's understandable Sayori isn't ready to share certain things, but as unfair as it is for Monica to pry, it is also painful for Monica to force herself to ignore the needs of her friend. I'm sorry that I disrespected your privacy. No, I don't blame you for looking. You would have at least needed to check if it was mine. Yeah. Monica takes a deep breath. Okay. I understand that you do not want me to worry. And I think I'll be able to put this aside so that we can move on. But can you promise me one thing? Promise you what? Monica pauses to collect her thoughts. This is a literature club. This is a place where people can express themselves in ways that life normally doesn't allow them to. That's the vision. In fact, that's our vision. Right the way into your heart, or whatever. So, I just want you to promise me that you'll remember that too. It doesn't have to be right now, but I want you to be here for when you need it. But I want to be here for you when you need it. I want us to be ourselves like that. Sayori smiles gently. I'll promise if you promise. Unable to help, Monica returns to Sayori's smile. I promise. Me too. As the conversation closes, the mood in the room is lifted. With that behind them, it's time to proceed with the club activities. So, want to teach me about poetry? Huh? But what about the recruitment? It's fine. We have plenty of time for that. But right now, I feel like I want to do this. I mean, I do have to fulfill my end of the promise anyway, you know? There's no way I could say no to that. Just don't expect much. I do a lot of writing, but it's not like I'm a scholar or anything. That's fine. I think I just need, some motivation. I never know where to start when it comes to writing poems. Starting isn't so hard. You just kind of need to write down your own feelings and see where it takes you. Yeah, but that wouldn't come out any good. It's not supposed to. You're gonna have to fight your perfectionist mind on this one. You can just start by writing your feelings and see what kind of things it makes you think of. And when you can turn those feelings into then you can turn your feelings into a little story. You can get your own feelings down first, and then make it sound pretty later. It's not like building a railroad, where you go from one end to the other. It's more like a collage, where you find things you want to put in, and you can arrange them in a pretty way. At least that's how I do it. It's not like the only way, but at least it's a good way to not get stuck right at the beginning. I understand. Yeah, I always get so caught up in how it sounds that I forget what is actually important. Monica pulls out a pen and paper and starts writing on it. Stop being a perfectionist, you idiot. I'm just kidding. Monica scribbles out "you idiot" after she writes it down. No, keep it. What? But why? Are you calling me an idiot? Of course not. But that's the point of you're not supposed to police your feelings, right? Be as dramatic as you want. But I was just... Well, yeah. Underneath the scribble, Monica rewrites "you idiot" and stares at the paper. Her words stare back at her. It's kind of funny how I wrote down what I am mad at myself for, and then I did the exact same thing anyways. This is really gonna take some time to get used to. I believe in you. Thanks. I do too. I mean, I mean. But also you, of course. Monica continues the exercise, jotting down her thoughts. It's surprisingly quite a struggle to write without overthinking it. But after a while, with Sayori's guidance and encouragement, Monica's sheet of paper begins to look fairly lively, peppered with all of her random thoughts. Whew. Monica looks up and down at the sheet. Gosh, I feel so tense looking at this. I hate it. But it's also kind of liberating. I can tell how hard you're trying, and it makes me happy. I think you'll be great at writing poems. Don't give me so much credit. I'll have to try really, really hard at it. But I think it's something that I will enjoy doing. With you. Sayori beams. I'll stop here, but we have some time. Let's try to work on a new flyer for the club. I won't be so picky about the language. Yay! Let's do it! Monica and Sayori proceed with their work. With each passing day, the two of them become more confident in the club. Not simply from their recruitment planning, but from their vision as well. As their bond strengthens, so does the sense of the literature club. Finally, they begin to truly feel it's only a matter of time before they find more members. Is that it? Oh, I think there's more. Another day passes. Actually, I need to adjust my seat to where I sit back a little bit. Hold on. Alright, this should be fine. A little bit. Look at me lounging back on my chair, but this should be fine. Another day passes. As usual, Monica is the first to arrive in the club room. With her is a printout of the revised literature club flyer, complete with all new ideas Monica and Sayori came up with. If only this was the flyer we gave out when reading to that girl the other day. It's so much more attractive than the old one, but the new catchphrase is featured clearly in the center of the flyer. Write the way into your heart. Surely common sense would say that one writes from the heart, not into the heart. But the message being delivered is the one that could use writing to discover themselves. Hopefully, Monica and Sayori had thought that it would be enough to garner some curiosity from the students. Why do I feel so tense looking at this? Monica thinks back at the previous meeting when she performs the writing exercise. Was I always this bad at expressing myself? How am I supposed to be the president if I can't even demonstrate what the club is supposed to be about? The literature club is truly beginning to take form. But with that, the weight on Monica's shoulders becomes much heavier. Debate club was always about rigid structure, formulating airtight points and counterpoints, and delivered on them with conviction. It was about the person on the outside. That's why Monica was so good at it. It existed entirely within her realm of comfort. It's suffocating. I need to take a break through this mental wall. I need to learn how to express myself for real. Monica pulls a sheet of paper and grabs a pen. She presses the tip of the pen firmly against the paper. But the hand doesn't move. Instead, a tiny blob of ink collects from the tip of her pen. Monica lifts the pen and stares at the little blotch. For some reason, she feels compelled to run her fingers across it. As she does so, the black ink smears across the paper, ruining Monica's canvas. Out of spite of herself, Monica presses her pen once again, letting the ink collect. She collects a second smear on the paper. Come on, Monica. Just move your hand. Monica writes. This is what I get for seeking profession. A stain. Oh, wow. Wow, that's some deep stuff, actually. Monica slides the paper away from her and puts her head down on the desk. The air conditioner seems louder today. Here I am! Hi. Monica hears Sayori approach her desk and then stop for a second, probably reading a piece of paper. Then she sits down at an adjacent desk. Bad day? Mm-hmm. Me too. You too? The new fire looks good. You've been working so hard. On the club, but also something else, I think. I can't do it. I'm sorry. It's so hard to just be vulnerable. Sayori takes the sheet of paper from Monica's desk. She writes something down, then stares at it for a while. Can I trust you? Of course. You can trust me with anything. Sayori gazes at Monica with sadness in her eyes. Understanding the signal, Monica takes the paper from Sayori's desk and reads it. Oh. Ooh. Oh, we're getting to some deep stuff here. Oh. Oh. Ouch. Sometimes. Oh, man. Yeah, even the side stories can get you sometimes. I did not expect that at all. Holy crap. Sayori. This is really, really hard for me. Her voice shakes. So, if I can do it, then you can too. Because you're like a million times better than me. That's completely not true. Sayori takes a deep breath, trying to steady herself. There's something about me that I've never told anyone before. Even now, my head is like screaming at me to stop. Wait, you don't have to force yourself. I mean, just because of the promise yesterday. I want to. It just feels right. I mean, maybe it's a part of the reason why I came to this club in the first place. This is the literature club. I trust you more than I'm scared. With those words, Monica stands up. Sayori must have taken days to work up the courage for this. Where Monica's own futile but genuine efforts actually pushed that the Sayori needed. Sayori's deliberate breaths can be heard from over the air conditioner. As she prepares to continue, Monica waits in the gentle silence. I have this problem where I get really upset when people worry about me too much. I can't control it. It's like, why waste your energy worry about me when you get to just be happy instead? So I never tell anyone about these kinds of thoughts that I have. It's so much easier for me to smile and help everyone else be happy. But that's terrible. That's what Monica wants to say, but she stops herself in fear of saying the wrong thing. It's just that if everyone knew about it, then that would mean they wouldn't treat me the same anymore. Whenever I'm not smiling, everyone will worry about me and ask me what's wrong. I know that because it used to be like that. Sayori pauses, seeming to recall something in the past. I just want everyone to be happy. That's what's most important to me. And letting people look inside my head doesn't bring me happiness anymore. Sayori pauses, her solemn expression making her look most like an entirely different person. How did you find the courage to tell me about this? You're not worried that I'll be one of those people too? I am worried. Part of me really hates myself for doing this. But another part of me thinks, just feel like it would be different this time. Whenever we talk about the club, it was, what the, blah, blah, blah. Whenever we talk about what the club is supposed to mean, I kept feeling like this was a right thing for me to do. Especially after you've been trying so hard to express yourself too. It just made me feel like I could say it in confidence, and our friendship doesn't have to change. It's so silly. The club is only 2 people, but it already means this much to me. Monica feels a tightening sensation in her heart. A feeling of connecting Sayori's emotions radiate between them. Me too. I was so lost until you showed up. You're so brave, Sayori. You're so strong and brave. I don't even compare. Monica steps forward. But if nothing else, I can at least offer you some hug energy, if you like. Oh, that's crazy. That's nice. Wordlessly, without a smile, Sayori rests her head on forehead. Blah. Wordlessly and without a smile, Sayori rests her forehead on Monica's shoulder. Through the contrast, Monica can almost feel the torrents of thoughts swimming in Sayori's head. And in this moment, enchanted by the air in the clubroom, Monica realizes that all the days that have passed, there's this one where she really, really hopes that nobody new walks through the door. She speaks softly. You're like the sweetest girl I ever met. You can say anything. I'll never judge you. I promise. Sayori's breath begins to quiver. She takes several deep breaths, trying as hard as she can to say anything that. Okay, I can't read. I gotta sit up straight a little bit. Okay, she takes several deep breaths, trying as hard as she can to start speaking to say the things she never once dared to say out loud. Finally, she speaks in a choked voice. I'm so worthless. I'm worthless, and everyone would be better off without me. She suppresses a sob as tears fall down her cheek. I'm just an inconvenience to anyone. I'm no good at anything, and it just feels like everyone just has to put up with me, and I hate it. I hate it. The more Sayori speaks, the more she fails to control her voice, falling victim to the overwhelming sadness clutching at her throat and chest. I don't want to have these thoughts. I want them to go away. And now I'm making you put up with me, and I just want to die. As soon as Sayori loses her composure, Monica determined to keep her own. She only wants to be with what Sayori needs right now, so she won't let any sadness show. Her voice comes through as soft and gentle. This isn't putting up with you. This is being your friend. Monica offers a few words to comfort, but she knows, Sayori said herself, that the thoughts Sayori experiences are the ones that don't belong, and Monica can't magically make them go away. The most she can do is help Sayori battle them, like any good friend would do. Unlike the childhood friend. Man, I'm such a dick in that game. You have so much value to me and to your other friends too. This club would have been the same without you. I really mean that. You coming here was the best thing that could have happened. Even if we never got any other members, I would still be happy. That's why you were brought here. You brought us a vision. You brought us a happiness. And that's your favorite thing to do, right? Sayori doesn't respond. but Monica gently feels her gently nod. No more words are needed between them. The two shared their embrace for a little while longer, Monica letting Sayori take as much time as she needs. Once her breathing steadies and her sniffles fully cease, Sayori lifts her head and wipes her tears. Guess I needed that. Some days are harder than others. Well, I am here whenever you need me. But on any other day, another time, I'll make sure that things are the way they usually are. If that makes you happy. Mm-hmm. Thanks. You're the best. No, you are. The two of them exchange smiles. You know, I'm sorry to bring all this up all of a sudden, but have you considered talking to a professional? Sayori nods. It's scary, since it's already hard to tell people. Yeah. Well, of course, it will always be your choice. But if you are ever looking to find courage for it, I can do my best to support you. Thanks. I think it helps knowing that you would. Sayori suddenly yawns and stretches. That made me tired and hungry. Well, I won't make you do any work today if you're not up for it. No, I want to. I mean, I can say that it's definitely one thing that makes me happy. Monica smiles. But I might want to get a snack first. All of a sudden, the sound of the doors causes the two of them to turn their heads. The door opens halfway, then stops, and a face peeks inside. A face seems familiar. Oh, this is from the other story. Okay, so I was supposed to do it in that order. Okay. So yeah, I was supposed to do it like 1, 2, and this and this. Yeah, I was supposed to do it in that order. All right. Well, we kind of did the wrong thing here, but man, dude. So yeah, for those of you who know about Doki Doki Literature Club, and I'm gonna this thing has tagged spoilers, so I'm just gonna let you guys know about this. This is diving in to the first. This is getting a little bit, even though they're not completely separated, it still like hints at a little bit more clarity about what the girls are going through, especially for Sayori, because Sayori seems to have like a very crazy twist in the main game, which goes like, oh, okay, I didn't expect having her like this at all. And then yeah, it's insane, and this pretty much gives not exact clarity, but it gives us a little bit more to where like, yeah, this is giving us like, yeah, this has been going on for a lot longer than we like expected, even though there were like hints in the first game, and then once it actually gets blended out, it was like, oh, okay, that's some heavy stuff right there, man. That's insane stuff. But yeah, she's definitely probably one of the more interesting characters as far as backstory, except for Yuri, where she has some stuff going on with knives. I should say that. The one thing I'm way more interested in trying to find out is Natsuki. I really want to try to figure out Natsuki. So I need to figure out what that's all about as soon as I can. But well, we're gonna have to just go and it's 40 minutes. Okay, we're just gonna go and do the side story with Yuri this time around and continue this one. For the first time, Sayori is the first to enter the club room. Whoops, sorry, I'm just looking at some stuff. Anxiety coursed through her relentlessly. Will Yuri show up today? Oh yeah, that's right. Yuri straight up is like very fecal and like changed her mind and real second guessing herself a lot. Hold on, let me drink my water real quick. Good old water. Oh, I think I missed the last line. Let me see the history. When it show up. Sitting at the desk, she stamps her feet and attempts to calm down. Alright. Why am I letting myself affect me? Why am I letting this affect me so much? I'm doing everything I can to make Yuri happy. But my best wasn't good enough. But it was still my best. But I'm letting everyone down. I'm always just a disappointment, damn it. Sayori continues to wrestle with her deprecating. There we go. Deprecating with her self-deprecating thoughts. Every tiny noise causes her to lift her head in anticipation of Yuri's arrival. Minutes pass, and nobody enters the clubroom. Not Yuri or Monica. Gosh, I'm so late. Why did I offer to help those other students with their work? I am such a pushover sometimes. It's going to leave such a bad impression on the new club members if Yuri I am not the first one there. Monica rounds the corner approaching the clubroom. As she does so, Yuri. Yuri jumps at the sound of Monica's voice. She's sitting outside the clubroom against the wall next. Oh. Okay, she was just out. She was just like standing there. She was afraid to go inside. Okay. That makes sense of her. Embarrassed, she quickly closed the book she was reading and says, "Oh, she was even reading a book? Oh, come on. Gosh, I'm so sorry I'm late. Did you have to wait outside for me? The club room is open." It's not... Yuri stammers, unable to explain herself. She peers inside the club room through the window and then looks away. Actually, I was just wondering if I could help you today instead. Me? With the club publicity itself? Yes. Monica is utterly confused. Why is Yuri asking me stuff like this all of a sudden? She was so eager to spend time with... Wasn't she so eager to spend time with Sayori before? Did they not get along after all? Monica looks into the club room herself and sees Sayori sitting alone. Okay. It's kind of a simple job, but I'd be happy if to tag along. Me too. Monica is worried, but she finds it difficult to insert herself into whatever conflict that may be arisen. It's a little ironic. She realizes that she could be so conflict avoidant after being in the debate club. Okay, let's take a walk together. I have to make copies of this new flyer and then go around to the billboards and replace the old ones with the new ones. Yuri nods and the two sets off. Poor Sayori. Bye, Sayori. I guess we're gonna see you later after this. The two walk in silence. Without Sayori, Monica finds it quite difficult to strike up a conversation. So, how is everything doing? Fine. That's good. Neither of them follow up with anything more. Monica tenses up and at the stinted conversation. How the heck does Sayori do it? Sorry, I didn't see you yesterday. I went straight to the computer lab to work on the flyers. Sayori told me. What did you two end up doing yesterday? Just some reading. Oh, I'm glad. It is really starting to feel more like a literature club now. Yeah. It's kind of funny. I feel so intimidated at first when I first heard that kind of reading that you were into. But you know, it's kind of stupid of me because I'm just intimidated by things I'm not good at. It's silly to assume that everyone who comes to the literature club will have the same interests as me. But it is so cool that you are able to get Sayori into it. It's like the club is working, and I'm really happy about that. She's not into it. She's not into it, and I'm stupid for forcing it onto her. Yuri falls silent again, and as if she started her thought, but can't figure out how to continue it. Did something happen? Yuri sighs. No, it's just me. Yuri pauses. I'm thinking. A moment passes in silence. Then Yuri shakes her head. I shouldn't be complaining to you all of a sudden. Don't be silly. I wouldn't think you are complaining. I just want to make sure you feel welcome. If it's important to you, if it's important that is if it's important to that, then you can. Okay, it's a weird phrasing, so I'm not used to that. If it's important to that, then you can tell me anything. Well, I do feel welcome. Too welcome, I guess. It's not an issue with the club. It's just an issue with me. I feel so wrong to inconvenience with you with it. Monica pauses and thinks. Well, what if we put it in this way? My job as president is to understand the needs of the club members, right? We are going to have all kinds of people joining this club, hopefully, anyway. And learning about the diverse needs and interests of everyone will help me come up with the club's activities that everyone would be happy with. That everyone would be happy with? Not just only some people? Of course, I need to be looking out for everyone. Otherwise, what kind of club would it be? I see. Yuri looks a little bit more relaxed. It signals to Monica that switching from a sympathetic approach to a pragmatic approach was a good choice. Each individual truly does have their own needs. Okay. Yuri takes a deep breath. I'm a really weird and awkward person. I have accepted that about myself. I just don't know how to, I guess, connect with other people. How it's easy for someone to how is it so easy for someone else? How do you just make a conversation about any arbitrary topic? I can talk for hours about the things that I'm into. Unfortunately, so much so that I don't know when to stop. But for anything else, I just have no idea what to say. So, I understand that about myself. I'm just not good with people. I can't help it. So it feels like whenever I'm confronted with a new social situation, I'm either ignored or made fun of or taken pity on. And Sayori falls into that third category. What? Hold on. You're saying that Sayori is taking pity on you? Sayori nods. I just want to be treated like a normal person. If you don't like me or don't want to connect my interests, then just tell me. I can accept that and move on. Sayori is too nice to me. I'm so stupid for not realizing that she would just go along with whatever I pushed her onto. Nobody deserves to put themselves through any type of discomfort just because they pity some weirdo who doesn't know them how to make friends. It's the worst feeling. I hate it. Yuri's sharp words cut through the tense air. Somehow in the middle of the conversation, the two stop short in the hallway, prioritizing the conversation over the original task. Monica looks at Yuri. Yuri only looks down with her fists clenched. I think you should tell her that. I can never say something to someone that face. Wait, I can never say that to someone's face. It's pathetic. Sayori is different. Making people happy is the most important thing to her. I'm sure that's all she's trying to do. So, if you're able to explain that what makes you happy, then she'll do anything to make it happen. That's the problem. What kind of friendship does one person always trying to cater to another person's weird needs? I'm sorry. I'm making myself so... No. I think I'm starting to understand. Monica hesitates to finish her thought out loud. It's something that Sayori would be able to say better. Sayori is someone who can give anyone who however much kindness they need in order to smile. But Yuri, who has a difficulty accepting kindness, must be driving Sayori to be even more assertive in her kindness, further exasperating the matter. Neither person is to blame, but it's an issue that can't be resolved without them understanding each other better. Sayori wants to be your friend. I promise you that. It's okay for different people to have different needs. I mean, Sayori, she has her own needs too. But good friends work together and they can be what they need for each other. You just have to have good communication and talk about it. I don't have good communication. Yuri stops and shakes her head. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. My head is so resistant to everything. I'm pushing such a kind person away from me just because of it. Yuri pauses to think. I'm so tired of this cycle I'm creating for myself. I think I'm so afraid of people pushing me away that I just push them away first. How thoughtless and immature of me. Yuri takes a breath and exhales. I didn't mean for this to turn out into this whole venting session. But I understand now that I just need to communicate with her. You're totally fine. It's for the club, remember? You're just helping make the club a better place for everyone. Yeah. Excuse me. Yuri falls silent again. She looks like she wants to say something. This kind of critical thinking is something that I'm really bad at. You know, about people. So, thank you. Anytime. Monica smiles at Yuri. For just a moment, Yuri finds it in herself to meet Monica's gaze, returning a shy smile of her own. Oh, that's sweet. Now what about Sayori? You gotta go back and check on her. Yuri and Monica finished replacing the old flyers with the new ones. More accurately, Monica mostly did all the work while Yuri just followed along. Sounds about right. But as the club room once again draws near, so does Yuri's confrontation. I can't do this. Yes, you can. It'll be great. Yuri sighs and shakes her head. I'm never gonna feel confident enough. I just have to do it. If I don't do it now, I never will. Yuri stands towards the door, then turns to face Monica. You're not just gonna wait outside, are you? I can take a walk. You want me to get a coffee or something? Actually, I prefer tea. I like to make my own though, so please don't worry about it. Although I suppose that's one downside of reading here in the club rather than home. I don't get to drink tea while reading. Sorry. I guess that has nothing to do with this. You know, now that you mention it, we could get permission to keep stuff from the tea club for tea in the club room. You can use like an electric kettle to heat up the water, right? Would that really be possible? I'll look into it. I think it will be great. Yuri smiles and nods at the thought. Well, I'll be back in a bit. Good luck. Monica waves at Yuri, then turns around and departs down the hallway at Yuri's smile fades once more. A moment of daydreaming about tea is enough to save her from an anxiety of the task that lies before her. But it must be done. It must be done. Taking one more breath, Yuri timidly opens the clubroom door. Yuri? Wait, hold on. I'm not done yet. Sayori shuffles the bunch of papers around. Yuri stammers her words suddenly caught in her throat. At that moment, she realizes how Sayori has been spending her afternoon. I wasn't expecting you to come today. I was really hoping that I would make it all the way through to the next chapter. But I got most of it through. And look, Sayori holds up a sheet of paper. It's a page of notes, beautifully produced and with indications, categories, and even color coding. As Yuri sees it, her expression shifts from anxiety to despair. I was afraid you were getting disappointed in me, so I've been really trying hard. Stop. Yuri presses her fist against her forehead. Please, stop. I can't take this. Yuri? Sayori's words quiver in shock after having received the exact opposite response she was getting. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sayori looks away in guilt. Did I do something wrong? I don't understand. If I did something wrong, please tell me. Yuri shakes her head. No, it's me. I keep putting myself in these situations where people are afraid to treat me normally. If you don't like this kind of reading, it's okay. Please just tell me. I don't need to be treated differently just because I'm weird. But I don't treat you differently. I just want to make my friends happy. I thought if I would did something together that you really like, I don't want your pity. Why did I do that? Yuri sinks to her knees, her voice squeaks. I'm sorry. Tears of guilt and self-loathing begin to stream down her face. This isn't how it was supposed to go. Why is it so hard to articulate your thoughts? Why do you end up pushing everyone away from you? Yuri's mind pounds with internal accusations, and then she shuts her eyes, unable to face Yuri or the rest of the world. She should leave, just escape from here, before Monica sees her like this, and before Sayori tells Monica what she did. But before Yuri can have any strength in her legs, she feels a warm pair of arms gently wrapped from behind her. Aww. It's okay. Sayori whispers in a soothing voice. It's okay. It's okay. Overcome by despair, Yuri finds herself unable to protest or pull away from Sayori's kind gesture. Yuri sniffles, breathing through her clenched throat, trying with all her willpower to control herself. I understand. I understand that things are that you're feeling in your head are different from the ones you're trying to say. I know that I know that must be what you're feeling right now. I promise. I understand that. So I'll give you as much time as you need. When you're ready, just tell me your feelings, and we'll talk about them together. Okay? Yuri sniffs again and nods her head. She gives a minute to compose her thoughts, and then speaks while steadying her voice. I think I've gotten so used to people being weirded out by me that it feels like anyone who's nice to me is just trying to do it out of pity. I'm so horrible with people. So it makes me not want to believe that someone can actually like me for who I am. Yuri pauses, but Sayori doesn't interrupt. Rather, she waits for Yuri to continue. I got so excited when I joined the literature club. I thought that it was finally my chance to make friends through my interests, because my interests are the only thing that I know how to talk about. It's all I have going for me. But then, whenever I catch myself overly obsessing in front of other people, it feels like I'm making a fool of myself. I hate myself for it. Ultimately, I just want to be treated like a normal person, but how am I supposed to expect that when people can't behave, where I can't behave like one? I just want to learn how to get along with people and stop ruining things for myself. That's all. Yuri finishes her thoughts, feeling more steady after having gotten them all out. Sayori, who can feel Yuri's breath rise and fall from beneath her arms, realizes that as well. Thank you for helping me understand you a little bit better. You know, you were great at helping me. You were so great at helping me while we were reading. So I'll help you with things that you need too. But I feel like it would just be frustrating for you with how much patience I require sometimes. That sounds kind of familiar. I couldn't stop worrying about that while we were reading. I was so afraid that you would get frustrated with me, but I would never do that. I did my best to reassure you by mentioning how I have a lot of patience. Yeah, I know, but my irrational fears won't be quiet sometimes. I'm sure it is the same with you, right? Yeah, irrational fears. Well, you know, there's one way that you could frustrate me. I mean, there's no way you can frustrate me because I already like you just as the person that you are. I know you said you have a hard time believing that, but I promise it's true. You don't have to you don't have to be a social person for people like you. I think you're really considerate in your own way, you know? Worrying so much about other people's feelings. We're all kind of weird. It's a literature club. But it's the best part of it's the best part that we're all different and have our own different interests. Like about the book, I'm reading it because I want to. I promise that's what I really want. It's a bit of a struggle, but try not to mistake that from I skipped it. Whoops. I mean, I can never discover new things if we didn't try them first, right? I want to learn the reason that you love it so much. And in the end, if it's not for me, then I can say that. But I'll be glad that I tried and learn more about you. Plus, you're like super duper smart. I want that to rub off on me. Yuri fights back a smile at the comment. Oh, look at it. I like the adorable smile on Yuri's face. Already, the heavy atmosphere surrounding her seems to be evaporated through the caress of Sayori's arms. Your hair is pretty. I've always wanted long hair, but I was awful at taking care of it, so I cut it all off. Yuri's tension relaxes. For once, she feels okay at just listening rather than worrying about saying the right thing. Sayori senses Yuri's comfort and lets her rest. It must be so difficult for her to feel relaxed around other people. But if the literature club can make it happen, then that's something that she deserves to experience. Damn. Well then, based on my understanding of your feelings, I suppose I wouldn't mind if we were to continue reading. That's what I wanted to hear. But we can stop at any time. If you truly don't like it, please be honest about it. I won't be offended. Of course! I'm not gonna judge anything that's early on though, so we're just gonna have to see what happens. Oh, and it's not good to touch people without their consent first. Oh no! I'm sorry! I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. Oh no, you didn't. I mean, it was supposed to be. I suppose it was kind of nice. I was just saying. I'm back. Monica's back! I haven't seen you at all recently. Sayori trots over to Monica. She whispered loudly. Can I hug you? Sure you can, Sayori. Sayori wraps her arms around Monica. Oh yeah, Yuri, it might be good to know. Sayori can be a bit of a hug monster. Hey, don't call me a monster. Artemis is a monster. If he inherits the kingdom, it could spell disaster. Yuri laughs. Monica perplexedly looks up between the two of them, then smiles. I'm glad you have been enjoying the reading so far. It looks like our first real activity as a literature club. About that. So, you've been so patient with exploring my interests that I think it would be inconsiderate for me to return the favor to you and learn about the things that you like. Yes! Do you like poetry? Yuri smiles. And that's it. That is all of the side stories so far that we got. We've gone through all the trusts and we've gone through all the understandings. Okay. So I guess we don't have any new mail. So we're going to figure out what that's all about, I guess. These are the characters. This is actually the actual legit. Yeah. This is all legit stuff from the game that I purchased. Just drinking some water. It is just hit. We just hit an hour, so I'm gonna assume that we just need to go through. So we're gonna go through some Doki Doki Literature Club because apparently we need to go and check out more poems, and we're gonna see exactly what's that all about. So I'm gonna go to the main game. Oh boy. Yeah, we're gonna go to the main game. Load. We were here last time. Now, I'm actually kind of curious. Let's see what happens if we pick Sayori one more time. Because this is right before like the right before the weekend before the festival, you know? So we're just gonna see exactly what happens if we pick Sayori and whatnot. So we get happiness. No, I'm gonna pick this. Oh no, that's for Yuri. That's not a good thing to say. Oh, depression. What do we got next? How about laughing? Yep, laughing leads to happiness. Joy, yes. Memories, yeah. Desire, empty. Who's empty? I'm curious now. Oh, okay. There, now we know who empty is. You got daydream, atone, dazzle, shame, dream, promise. Doki doki, flower cheeks, anxiety. Family. Yep, we got family. We got rose, sensation, vacation, vacay, graveyard, fireworks, uncontrollable. Silly? Yep, she's silly. Nibble, disarray, mouse, afterimage, meager. Who's meager? It's Yuri. Crimson, flee, forgiving, lucky, extraordinary, sadness. Forgive? Oh, geez. Okay, forgive. Clums, hopeless, boop. Flying, alone. Alone? Oh, yeah, she's alone, all right. Special, recall covered. Papa, disoriented, inferno, amazing. Yep, amazing. Unstable, milk, hope, sing, fantasy, poof, unending, melancholy. Oh, that's Yuri. Sticky, breath, anime, marshmallow, journey, color, lollipop, pout. Yeah, that's not ski there. Three more. Childhood. Agonizing, pure. No, we already know what pure is. Curious, who's agonizing? Oh, geez, that's Yuri. Last one. Fireflies, fluffy, cry, misery, warm. Yep, Sayori is the warm one. Okay, next up. Ah, man. I am the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked into. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club, now picking up piano? Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I am super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too. I cannot wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Weren't you complaining about it yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival. But it's a whole day of school where you can go and get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit more like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, you usually like fried squid, right? Squid? That's pretty a specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying that you don't like squid? You of all people? I didn't say that I didn't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your name, Monica. That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that jokes makes no sense in translation. Never mind. Don't worry about that. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me? Hey, where's Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting on the desk in the corner of the room, looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori? I wave my hand in front of her face. You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go and talk to everyone else. Is everything alright? Of course! Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Jeez, you worry about me too much. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows a big smile. Just don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone else. Well, alright. If you say so. I worriedly glanced at Sayori before turning back towards everyone else, but the conversation already dispersed with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she noticed something different about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must have been spending a lot of time together. I timidly approached Monica, who was shuffling through some papers at her desk. Gunter-kun, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Is anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading a little bit too much in this, but she seems a little bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I have noticed anything about her. Monica peers over across the room at Sayori, who idly is dragging a rubber racer up and down her desk. Maybe there is something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Gunter-kun. You certainly know more about her than I do. Well, yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things before that bother her. But this time, when I asked her, she was very dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just want to know if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No. It's important to me too. I mean, I am also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know. Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Hey, are you sure about that? She seems like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just has a hard time bringing it up with a person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying maybe the thing she has on her mind is you, Gunter-kun. Wait, me? How on earth do you come up with a conclusion like that? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks a lot about you more than anything else, you know? She's been much more happier ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different than how she always been. You're so funny, Gunter-kun. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her so cheerful because that's how she is around you? I said too much. Sorry, what would I know anyway? I mean, I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get the words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her, but she keeping her voice quiet and I can't hear from her from there. I sigh and sit down myself. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible when she's behaving like this. Exactly how do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh down on me so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary, but there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out the club room. Oh, so you don't get a special scene. There we go. We don't get a special scene with Sayori because, yeah, there we go. It's poem time, people. Let's go ahead and share the poems. Before I knew it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes and retrieves their poems, and I do the same. I make contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Alright, You know what? I'm going to start with Monica, because I feel like she wants to know something. Hi, Gunter-kun. Have you thought about what you want to submit to the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people? I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure, but whatever you do, I'm sure it will turn out great. It would be making me so happy to see. Anyway, let's look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands. It's kind of funny. How so? No, not the poem. I mean, it's funny how your poems and Sayori's poems have been getting more and more similar to each every day. I'm surprised that you are so synced with her. Then again, you have been spending a lot more time together recently, haven't you? I guess you can say that. Although we kind of grew up as best friends, so I haven't really been seeing as much of her as this past year. But because I joined the club, we spend a lot more time together again. I see. That reminds me. How about Sayori? It's been a little off today. Yeah? Did you tell her something? Well, Gunter-kun, you haven't been flirting with her, haven't you? Of course not! I've been treating her like I've always done. Alright, just making sure. I know how much you care for her. It would be terrible if something bad were to happen to her, so keep an eye out for her, okay? Sayori's been acting so much happier ever since you joined the club. What could have happened all of a sudden? Well, never mind. This really isn't the time to be talking about this. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. The Lady Who Knows Everything. An old tale tells of an old lady who wanders the earth. A lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that thoughts ever sought. And here I am, a feather. Lost adrift at sea. Lost adrift at sky. Victim of the currents of the wind. After day I search. Day after day I search. I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains. That last dim star glimmering at the twelfth sky. Until one day, the winds cease to blow. I fall, and I fall and fall and fall even more, gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, a hand of a beautiful lady. I look into her eyes and found no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I'm thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, for all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning. There is no purpose. And we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back a foot, and I pick up a gust of wind. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sort of things that would give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put that much thought into it. In a way, it's most paradoxical. Because if we all had the answers, then the world wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there is one thing I've noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more and more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have a thing to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid that it's not good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something that you don't put much into. So if you find other people who are enjoying the writing, then share becomes a lot easier, because instead of just telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, they'll want to focus on everything that went on into it and the things that you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it'll make you want to continue improving. It is almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That is my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay. Yeah, I gotta take water very periodically for this stream. So, we're gonna go and talk to Natsuki next. This one's alright. Alright? Well, yeah. About as good as yesterday's anyway. I see what you're going for, but it's not really my style. I mean, that's fine. I'm mostly glad that you're just trying a little bit. Well, of course I'm at least trying. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems anyway? Isn't that more of a compliment to me? No! Gross! It's not like I care. It's just that one of us in this club has to make sure that you're not slacking off. Really? Well, what if you end up just scarring me away? Wait, that's it's not like I wanted. It's not like you would actually do that. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun hanging out here, even if I have to put up with you. Natsuki's elbow connects with my stomach. Oh, maybe I wouldn't mind scaring you away after all. I was just joking. Oh, I know. Don't worry, I was too. How the hell do you call that a joke? Seriously, that hurt. Well, maybe it was funny for her. I guess that's kind of the point. I should really just wash my mouth around Natsuki. Anyway, Natsuki holds her poem out like it was nothing ever happened. I'll be a beach. Your mind is full of troubles and fears that diminished your wonder over the years. But today I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. Oops! I straight up skipped the entirety of that thing. I am so sorry. I am so sorry about that. Okay. Alright, so, yeah. Hold on. Yeah, I'm trying to adjust my camera because it looks like I'm just like... leaning in super hard like that, but I'm trying to stand up as straight as I possibly can. Alright, hopefully that will be good. Yeah, I feel like if I kept writing about negative things, I would want to write something. I felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something that was had a nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. It's kind of hard to write anything negative about the beach. So you decided to write about the beach first and then came up with the message later? Well, yeah. It's only because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after Yuri and I realized that we wrote kind of the same thing, she just wanted to pick a topic that we both would write about or whatever. You can really see her. I can really see her doing that too. Making us write about a simple topic, then trying to make us impress me by coming up with something all fancy. Well, it's not like I care. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up kind of metaphorical too, but there's nothing wrong with doing that every once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice. Oh, that's adorable. Speaking of which, let's go and talk to Yuri now. Very well done, Gunter-kun. You've definitely improved your writing over the past few days. Has my advice been helpful to you? Yeah, definitely. I'm glad. Sharing your writing like this is a lot more fun and rewarding than I anticipated. I need to remember to thank Monica. I think we all felt a little awkward at first, but now it seems like everyone is enjoying sharing their writing and seeing what others think. I guess I really can't disagree. I was afraid that the whole thing would be being a bit of a chore, but it's a great way for me to spend some personal time with all the girls in the club. But it's been fun getting to know everyone and their writing skills, and I guess doing some writing myself. Well, have you learned anything about yourself, Gunter-kun? Well, you know how I like to say that writing is a very personal way of getting in touch with yourself. In the end, it doesn't matter if you're a good writer or a bad writer. And even if my opinions are just opinions, you know. As always, I believe what's most important is exploring and discovering yourself. That's comforting. I'm kind of afraid of disappointing you in some way or another. Why me? Well, you're always so sophisticated in your writing and have the most advice to share. Is that so? Yuri thinks for a good minute. That must be terrible. For me to have someone whose opinion is fearsome? How unlikable of me. Yuri, it's not as bad as you're making it out in your head. I just meant that I respect your opinion. I see. I'm sorry that I always overthink and come to those types of conclusions. I'm just a little too used to it. Overthinking? Being disliked. Yuri. What am I saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Let's move on. Alright. Do you want to share your poem now? Okay. Here. Beach. A marvel millions of years in the making, where the womb of Earth casually meets the surface, under the clear blue skies and the expanse of bliss. But beneath gray rolling clouds and endless enigma, the easiest would get lost into it, as one where everything can be found. Only can one build a sand castle where the sand is wet, but where the sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it gently lick at your foundation until you give in, or will it a sudden wave send you crashing down with a blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same, yet we still build sandcastles. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish into the sand. The salty air is therapeutic. The breeze is gentle, yet powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line, tempted by the foamy tendrils. Turn back. I abandon my peace to enroll at the shore, drift forward, and I return to Earth forevermore. That was pretty nice. Pretty much the same as I remember. I'm aware that the beach is kind of an inane thing to write about, but I did my best to make a metaphorical approach to it. Nah, not Sayori told me about it. She did? She didn't say anything weird, did she? She just wanted us to write about the same topic again. I suppose to better compare the differences in our own writing styles, or thought processes. Anyway, it's her idea. Knowing her, it's no surprise that she wanted to do something like that. She probably just wants to show off. It's not like I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went along with her request. But, well, I suppose it's not bad to write about something simple and on occasion. It can be refreshing, you know? It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing. And now, last but not least, we go to our girl, Sayori. Let's see what she says. This is your best one so far. It's really nice, Gunter-kun. Thanks. Sayori, you've been quiet. You've been a little quiet today. Is everything alright? Of course. Everything is fine. Maybe I'm just a little tired today. Do you want to take a nap or something? No, that's silly. Don't worry about me, okay? I only want to see smiles on your face. Well, alright. Hey, Gunter-kun. I'm still a little surprised. I really thought you would try writing poems like the way Yuri does. Or even Natsuki. But in the end, yeah. Yeah, I guess you're the one that likes this the most. Why? Don't you want to get closer with everyone else? Wait, of course I do. But that doesn't mean I need to try so hard to impress him. I still understand you the most, Sayori. I know you have to sometimes put up with me. And I had to sometimes put up with you. But we have a wavelength or something. And this is how the poem came out. Sometimes it feels like you're the only exciting thing in my life. So sometimes it's easier for me to write when thinking about you. Sayori? No. Gunter-kun, I don't deserve this. You're too nice to me. Why are you doing this? Sayori has trouble keeping her voice steady all of a sudden. If you had fun with everyone else instead, this would be so much easier. Sayori! I glanced around the room, make sure no one has noticed this. Sayori, I probably have never said this before, but I don't understand what you're feeling right now. Tell me what will cheer you up. Sayori shakes her head. She sniffs and keeps shaking her head until finally she gathers herself and put on a smile. It's nothing, Gunter-kun. It's just a little rain cloud. Sorry you had to see that. I promise it won't happen again. Just smiles from everyone, okay? That's all that matters. Go and play with everyone else. I'm gonna go home a little early today. Sayori, tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom humming to herself. Oh damn! So we got a little difference in here. We got a little different cutscene because I have not seen that particular cutscene where we actually see Sayori break down for like a smidgen. That was crazy. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out? Hold on a second. Is it just me? Or did you just say something strange right now? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrases when addressing the club. Catchphrase? Excuse me. I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez, why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Ugh. Stagnant air is a common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. In your books, maybe? Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here. It seems like you're right. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off when she is not around. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee. Natsuki, please show some decency. Oh, come on. Actually, she wasn't feeling too well and went home early. Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously? Of all the times you not want to go home with her, you picked a time when she's not feeling well? So much for you being all lovey-dovey. No! Okay, first of all, stop misunderstanding about my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's been kind of avoiding me today, so I didn't really want to force it. Oh. That curious expression coming from Yuri's. Like Yuri of all people? Calm down, guys. I've talked with her earlier and everything was fine. What'd she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the preparations, so let's decide on what we'll be doing this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. I like I said before, I like she just straight up completely dodges my freaking question about what you say to Sayori and just went, let's talk about the festival. Dang. Well, I already know what I'm doing. That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes, but we might need a lot of them and in different flavors. Can you handle all of that by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all of the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me in designing them. As for Yuri, you can, Guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless. No, that's not like that at all. You're the most talented person here, you know. Now Natsuki's pouting too. Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell things are a lot harder when she's not around. That may be the case. But if I can't also be the leader on my own, then how will I grow as a person? So, Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know. You should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that. I love atmosphere. Yuri's expression suddenly changed and she stares at her desk and focusing stares not into herself. I can see your mind is racing already. That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Gunter-kun. The one who's truly useless. Do not say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tests to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You can always help me out as well. You just said that freaking Sayori is helping you out. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Monica? You said Sayori was gonna help you out with those pamphlets, huh? Come on. I know you're lying. You just want to get close to me. I can already tell your lies. I can already tell that you're lying. Come on. You can't fool one me. I played this game and seen these cutscenes too many times. I know your game. I would be really appreciative of that. Is Monica suggesting that I spend the whole weekend with one of the club members? How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I can give you. And it's not like Monica's going to give me any choice. And you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. Natsuki's trying to mumble a bunch of excuses. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would be able to handle the baking on your own. Gunter-kun may not like to be around you if you only make fun of him, make out for being a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suited as assisting with the decorations. Hold on, I never said that. How hard would it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're making excuses for Gunter-kun to... What are you saying? It would be extremely meticulous task, and baking isn't? Just what do you think? Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up for Gunter-kun to decide how he will like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really got a chance to spend time with me yet, you know. So I'm sure he's interested in... You literally just said... I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying, though. Jeez. Can we just settle this already? Yeah. Gunter-kun, you are okay with this, right? In the end, it is up to you. Of course. Very well. In that case, everyone looks straight at me. But of course I'm going to go with... Okay. Now, I'm actually kind of curious. So, we know that Monica said that she was going to have Sayori helping Monica out with the preparations for the club, for the festival. Now, I've seen both of these cutscenes from Yuri and Natsuki, so I already know how those turn out. But I'm curious on what Sayori says and if that doesn't work, what Monica says. Because from what I said earlier about Monica and Sayori, this pertains to this particular answer. So I'm actually curious. Since I actually went all the way with the Sayori route, and we have that special cutscene, I wonder if we can get anything more out of that. So I'm going to choose Sayori. And plus, she's the only one that's different from all the other choices. So let's go and check Sayori and see what's up. Oh, actually, I'm going to save a little bit. All right, cool. Return. So let's just see what this is all about. I mean, if it's going to be anyone, then I prefer helping out Sayori. I mean, we're already neighbors, but Monica said that Sayori was helping her. Jeez, do you really hate us that much? No. Sorry, I didn't mean for this to be so difficult. Just think of the club, okay? Oh no! The bitrate is going crazy. I'm on the stream. What's happening? Oh no! I'm losing frames. What's happening? I dropped some frames. I don't know what happened right there. I don't know if it happened beforehand or not. Jeez. Alright, I'm just curious. This is what Monica thinks. I guess I should be probably helping Monica. Yay, you picked me. Hold on a second. Yeah. Monica, you're the one who needs to have least help with us. But I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already suitable for one person, but you already have Sayori as well. But Gunter was the one who... It doesn't matter. You were the one who scared him into picking you in the first place. You're the club president, Monica. You're supposed to make reasonable decisions for the club. Monica, you shouldn't let any ulterior motives interfere with this decision. Ulterior motives? What are you saying, Yuri? In fact, it sounds like you guys are the ones with ulterior motives. Excuse me? Otherwise, this wouldn't have been such a big deal in the first place. That's completely false, Monica. Yeah! We have a lot of work to do, you know. We won't do a good of a job if you make us work alone. Maybe that's true. Think of the club, Monica. If you want the event to succeed, then we need to appropriately distribute the resources. Are you gonna do the right thing, President? Okay, I get it. It's technically the most logical for help one of you two out. So, I guess that's what we'll do. Do you have a preference, Gunter? Okay, so if it was me doing this, like I did in the last stream, I would pick Natsuki. I would pick Natsuki because she's actually my favorite girl in the entire cast. Second to Sayori, and then Yuri, and then Monica. But since I technically streamed the Natsuki route previously before I became a VTuber, we're gonna go with Yuri and go through the beats of that. So I already know this is how it's. Oh, whoops, sorry. I already know this is how how Yuri's thing is going to be, so I guess we're just going to have to go and do it. Well, I'd probably be the most useful at helping out Yuri. Me? Are you serious? Why would you... Natsuki, I can already tell you're about to say something mean. No. I was just saying... So, you'll be helping Yuri then, Gunter? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm glad. I have a bit of habit of overthinking these sorts of things, so I think your assistance will be very helpful. That's great to hear. Natsuki, will you be able to handle the baking yourself? I mean, yeah. I already said I would be fine. Okay. Everyone can tell Natsuki's in a bit sour. So, is that everything we needed to cover? Yep, that should be about it. Are you guys excited? Well, excited might not be the right word, but I suppose I am looking forward to this a little bit. Do you feel the same way, Gunter? Me? I guess you can say that I'm interested in see how it turn out. That's good enough for me. What about you, Natsuki? Natsuki? What? Why is everyone yelling at me? I didn't even do anything. No, that's not what I mean at all. Yuri's ancient gaze between everyone in the room. I'm sorry for this. I don't really know why Gunter picked me in the first place. And also, your cupcakes are the best cupcakes I've ever had. They really go well with my tea. And nothing that I do for the event will ever compare to that. So I get it. I'm kind of surprised though. Why? Well, I'm the one acting immature. I already know that. But you're trying to cheer me up all of a sudden? I know I'm not very good at it. I'm sorry if I said anything bad. Natsuki isn't the only one surprised. Monica and I have also taken aback by Yuri's words. When she already knows she has troubles with words, trying to cheer someone up must be far out of her comfort zone. But I begin to understand. Yuri is trying to sound just like Sayori. Even if it didn't work out perfectly, I can tell that she tried to say something that Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. No. I kind of appreciated it. I'm sorry for making a big deal out of nothing. But I'm gonna say this. You better bet that my cupcakes are gonna be the best part of the whole event. I believe in you. I believe you. Yeah, I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it is time for us to head out. Alright, let's get out of here then. Everyone packs up their things, and I start to follow Natsuki and Yuri and Monica out the door as they chat between each other. I turn around. Sorry, I realize that I don't have any way of contacting you this weekend. Oh, you're right. I can't believe that totally slipped my mind. Should I give you my number? I think that would be best, yes. Alright then. Yuri and I exchange phone numbers. Okay. Then I'll be stopping by your house this Sunday. My house? Is that a problem? No, not at all. I just thought that I would be the one going to your house since I'm the one helping you out. I suppose that does make sense. But if you don't mind, I think I would prefer going to your house. Alright. In that case, it wouldn't be a problem. I decided not to press Yuri for a reason. It's not like it would matter much anyway. I just need to make sure that my room's clean. I hope I managed to make myself useful in some way. I'm not nearly as creative as you are. Don't underestimate yourself, Gunter-kun. I think we'll make a very protective team. Even if you only chose me because you felt bad or something. Wait, you don't actually think that, do you? I don't know. It's difficult to come up with any other reason that you have chosen me. You're forgetting the one reason You're forgetting the one reason that makes with the most common sense. I chose to help because that's what I wanted to do. But Yuri thinks to herself an extremely tense expression. Yuri, you're overthinking this. You want me to point out when you're overthinking things, right? I didn't even realize. I'm telling you that I want to. And that's all there is to it. Do you believe me? Yuri thinks really hard again. She looks straight into my eyes for a long while. I believe you. As if it took some tremendous effort, Yuri finally says that and relaxes her expression. I'm really looking forward to Sunday. Yeah, I am too. After the exchange, I make my way out of the door and Yuri follows. I can't believe this. Yuri's going to be coming to my house on Sunday? Even though I would have preferred to do this with Sayori, my anxiety still shoots through the roof. I guess I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point. But who knows what might end up happening when we're outside the school. She even told me that she was looking forward to it. I shake my head. Why do I feel so nervous that Sayori finds out about this? It's not like we feel that way about each other. Besides, like Monica said, it's all about the club. I have nothing to worry about. If I just go along with it, then I'll have a good time. All right. Things are going through. All right. It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Yuri's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself that there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. Yuri is already an introvert, and I'm almost an intimate person in general. There's no way that she'll ever open up a little bit, even if it's just the two of us. Anyway, we've been texting occasionally. She was extremely apprehensive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. But putting Yuri aside, I haven't heard anything from Sayori since we last left in the club room the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monica said, is it really okay if we put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? I decided to visit Sayori's. I can't read. I decided to visit Sayori before Yuri comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like I've always done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering myself. Again, we used to play so often that we made it a habit just entering other people's houses like this. The house is quiet. Sayori is anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange not to hear her run down the stairs and greet me. I head up to her bedroom, where I finally find her. Sayori? Hi, Gunter. I sit down next to her. Sayori is forced to smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, haven't you? Yeah, I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has changed, really, has it? Sayori's room is as messy as it's always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals in the wall and decorations that she's had for years now. If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. That's because I ended up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Was she supposed to see Yuri today? Well, yeah, but... Wait, how do you know about that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided in the last meeting. Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed of the festival preparations, right? Oh, that is true. What about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today? Of course, but I'm helping her online. We didn't plan a meetup or anything. So it's just me and Yuri then. Yep. There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I wanted to see what you were doing. After you left on Friday, When there's something wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you all too well. So, Sayori smiles, shaking her head. That's no good, Gunter-kun. Huh? Why can't it just be like it's always been? It's my fault. If I didn't get too weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have been thinking about me right now. But this is my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me. Sayori! I grabbed Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something's happened to you. There's no other explanation for why you're being like this. So tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sayori gives me an empty smile. You're really putting me in a trap, Gunter-kun. But you're wrong. Nothing's happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? You're really just gonna make me say it, aren't you, Gunter-kun? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had a really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days, I can't even find a reason to get out of bed in the morning. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy and caring to waste by having them spend it with me? That's what it feels like. And that's why I just want to make everyone happy, without anyone worrying about me. I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. Is this how is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time that I've known her? Did she really want so badly for me to just not think about her? Why, Sayori? Why hasn't you ever told me about this before? It's almost feel like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Because if I knew, I would have done anything I could to support you. Even if there was so much I could do, I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little bit better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. You don't understand, Gunter-kun. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have wasted your effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and getting closer to everyone in the club makes it feel like a spirit going through my heart. So that's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. You're right. I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. No, Gunter-kun. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped me is if everything could be as it always was. I was being selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Tears streaked down Sayori's face. I've made you join the literature club because I was selfish. And I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. And that's why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I once again grabbed Sayori's shoulders, this time pulling her into a tight embrace. Gunter-kun? Sayori, I I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it all worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. But please, never underestimate how I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. Gunter-kun. Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being around her, Sayori's arms remain at her side. She starts sobbing next to my ear. No, don't do this to me. Don't do this. Gunter-kun, Sayori manages to barely speak through her sobs. There it is. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want to do is to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. If there's anything that you want me to help, if there's anything that you need me to do, then you better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. I don't know. Gently, Sayori pulls her arms around me in return. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand my feelings, Gunter-kun. The only time I'm feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm. And that's really scary too. Sayori lets me go. As she does so, I let her go as well. The festival's tomorrow. Yeah. It's gonna be fun, right? Yeah. Alright. How would you like it for me to spend all the time with you? It's what I want. I promise. I think that would be nice then. Yeah. Sayori wipes her tears. If I could spend a whole day here, I could. Of all days, it had to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel. No! Don't! Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you. But it's almost time for Yuri to meet me at my place. Or at the very least, don't you want to come along and help out? It'll be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head. I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be a very good thing for me. Excuse me. You understand, right? It's kind of hard for me to fully understand. But I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry about it too much. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? All right. I look forward to it. I say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. Oh, whoops. On our way home, I found myself feeling uneasy, but it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Yuri is about to come over too. I think Sayori is right. I shouldn't be worrying about this too much. We're definitely gonna have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. As I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri? Thank goodness. You're a little early. Sorry I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting for a long time? No, I just got here. But I started to get really nervous when no one answered the doorbell. You of always could have texted me. If I'd have known, I would have reassured you and hurried on my way home. I suppose that's true. I didn't think of that. For some reason. That should be common sense to do that, but I decided to ignore it. Anyway, let's go inside. I see you brought a lot of stuff with you. That's right. And did you manage to find everything that I've asked to buy as well? Yeah, pretty much. At least I hope everything I got was right. I'm sure it'll be fine. Hey, look at that, it's my room. My room looks exactly like this, doesn't it? Yeah, my room looks exactly like that, so shh. I take Yuri to my room. The first thing that she glances is out of curiosity, which makes me anxious. It's so clean. I cleaned it before you came over, so that's very considerate of you. No, it would be very embarrassed if my room was a mess while you were here. Well, I do enjoy cleaning. I would have gladly helped you clean. That would be even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there! I snatched Yuri's wrist. Oh, jeez. I snatched Yuri's wrist in the process of opening a desk drawer of mine. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out. It's fine. I'll let go of Yuri's wrist. She puts both of my hands firmly in her lap, as if she was keeping track of them. Should we get started? Yes. I have some things I've planned for you to that you can help out with as well. Decorations and other atmospheric enhancements. I can't read. Atmospheric enhancements? You know, mood lighting, aromatherapy candles. Oh, wow. I didn't know you planned on taking it that far. Of course. I want to help take our guests into a faraway place. Although many will stop it just out of curiosity. And for cupcakes, I guess. Damn, she is straight up bitter about that. I'm determined to provide the experience that will leave them wanting more. That's great. It's easy to forget that you're a very intense person. Intense? I guess that's the best way to put it. Is that a bad thing? No, not at all. It's something I really like about you, actually. Is that so? That makes me feel relieved. And kind of happy. No need to be so anxious. You can relax a little bit. Relax. I brought some things for relaxation. I was going to use them during the poetry event. Oh yeah? Like what? Let's see. Yuri rummages through her bag. She pulls out a few candles and a wooden cylinder-like object. I did some shopping on the way here, so I happened to find some things in my bag. And I planned to cover the windows in black paper and use the candles to light the room. I think it'd be amazing, don't you think? Yeah, that would be pretty neat. What's that wooden thing though? Oh, this? It's a diffuser for essential oils. How familiar are you with aromatherapy? Not familiar at all. Ah, is that so? It's one of my favorite contributions to a positive atmosphere. Oh, contributors. Depending on the oils or herbs that you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself. And you can even feel it penetrate through your body. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. It's almost like magic. Yuri takes the cylinder object and pushes the window at the bottom. And just for a moment, a thin ray of vapor begins to spout at the small hole at the top. Wow, that smells wonderful. What kind of mood is this one for? It's a jasmine essential oil. It smells a little sweet and flowery, right? Yeah, that's a good way of describing it. I chose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions and helps you feel them through the flow of your body. You feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavenly. Don't you think that would be perfect for sharing poems? It does sound suitable, but you seem to know a lot about this, so I'll trust your opinion on anything. Yuri smiles gently, clearly enjoying herself. Once again, she reaches into her bag and pulls out several spools of thin ribbon. What are these for? Well, did you purchase the origami paper that I asked you to get? Yeah, I have it right over here. Why don't we use? We won't be using that for paper for folding origami. What I'd like for you to do is write a different word on each paper. We need about 100 of them. Oh yeah? What would these be used for? Well, I'm going to be cutting ribbons and hang them from the doorway in the classroom. Then we can fasten the paper onto the ribbons and create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't that be beautiful? It would also catch the eye of those passing by the room. It may attract some people to peek inside. That's really creative. I had no idea you were this good at this, Yuri. Is that so? Well, I suppose I do get a little intense, as you put it. Yuri giggles with red cheeks. Is it me, or she's more relaxed when it's just the two of us? Or maybe it's just the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys. Here's the marker, Gunter-kun. You can write any characters you want. I'll help you once you finish cutting the ribbons. Oh, all right. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. Yuri unravels a long strand of red ribbon with her desired length. She reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. The knife is strangely beautiful. The silver handle has erratic pattern of waves etched to it. The blade itself is trimmed tintly blue. That's no ordinary pocket knife. It looks very fancy. Well, embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it? You're gonna think it's weird. Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. To each their own, right? If you promise you won't be weirded out. Yeah, I promise. Alright. The thing is, I'm kinda into knives. They're just so pretty. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of the craftsmanship and the feeling of danger, maybe? Ooh, what am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. You're laughing at me. No, I'm not laughing at you. I just think it's funny of how nervous you got about sharing. It's, well, an interesting thing to be into, I guess. But I think it kind of suits you. Suits me? Yeah, it's kind of intense. And besides, it's a really cool looking knife. I can't deny that. It is, isn't it? Yuri relaxes her expression once more. Would you like to hold it? Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife with the handle facing me. I take it and turn it around my hands. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Where do you even get a knife like this? Curiously of its sharpness, I feel the point of the knife on my index finger. Ow! Gunter-kun, why would you do that? I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I barely touched it at all. It's my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like paper, and I guess that's why you would have such a dangerously sharp knife if you like this. Oh no. A small jump of blood trickles down to my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives the room a closer look. She stares at a noticeably physics. Hey, if you're squeamish, I'll go and wash it up. Without warning, Yuri puts my finger in her mouth and licks the wound. I feel her tongue curl around my finger. Startled, I instantly pull back my hand. Oh, please forgive me. I wasn't thinking at all. Yuri lowers her head and her face burning up. Yuri, that's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry. I'm sure it was a little weird, and it took me by surprise, but I guess she was just trying to help, right? Yuri, I think you're overreacting a little. She doesn't lift her head. What if she doesn't recover from this for the rest of the afternoon? All right, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I'll do it anyway. I take Yuri's hand and I lick her index finger in return. Gunter-kun, did you really just do that? Now we're even. Yuri just looks at me like I did something wrong. Yeah, I knew that would be a bad idea. If not for the sweet aroma of the jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now. You're so weird, Gunter-kun. Yuri giggles shyly. Yuri calling me weird? I have no response for that. Where do you keep your bandages? I don't think I need one, actually. It's a tiny cut. Look, it's already stopped bleeding. I see. That's very relieving. The tension was quickly lifted. As we assume each of our respective activities, I watched Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it was nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continued to make progress on the paper. After we finish attaching the paper onto the ribbons, we lay all of them by our side. It looks better than I expected and will be very effective as a door curtain. Looks great. Good thinking coming up with this, Yuri. Thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. Oh, jeez. The freaking thing just started to buffer again, weirdly. Are you ready to move on to the next task? Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind? I'd like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablets. Ah, that's right. One of the items Yuri asked me to buy was a kit of watercolor paint tablets. We'll need to have 6 cups of water at each of the tablets and put each of the tablets in. You don't mind fetching those for me, will you? No, of course not. 6 cups of water. I'll be right back in a minute. Thank you so much. Oh, and just a little water is fine. If you fill the water too much, it will be diluted. Taking Yuri's advice, I decided to use a small plastic bathroom cups rather than a full-size glass. I put them on the table and catch any paint that drips. And then I take them into my room. Yuri? Yes? I come to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve, pulling it back over her arm. Nothing. Your face is a little red. Is it too hot in here or anything? No, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint. Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups. So, I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I'd like to paint a gradient across the banner, starting with the colors for sunrise, then daytime, then nighttime, or sunset, then nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom. Ah, neat. What are you going to write? Well, it'll be more fun to surprise you. Yuri smiles. If you say so. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel in the opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. Yuri brushes and uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as a color guide as we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on a banner with watercolors feels a lot like art class projects we had back then. It's relaxing. I'm so sorry if this feels too childish. No, I didn't mean like that at all. It's kind of fun, you know? Yeah, it is fun. I'm glad you feel that way too. Yuri stops painting for a moment, then thinks to herself. For me, I don't need to go out and go do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't want to do it. I just like it when I can spend time with one other person, even if it's something simple, like reading. It doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me makes things feel a little bit easier. I think that's all it takes for me to be happy. Is that so? Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. I feel that way about things like anime and games. Simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. I think I feel the same way. Yuri gently smiles. I knew you understand. Yuri leans over to the banner and grabs an unused paintbrush. But I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers. Sorry. Yuri reels back and I quickly lift my head in surprise. Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. It just startled me is all. I'm sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me. No, it's not your fault. Your face! There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck. Is there something on my face? Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I'll go get a towel right away. I rush to fetch a small towel and then dampen it with hot water. I return to my room and kneel down and back in front of her. Here. I pat down Yuri's face and neck with the towel. Is there something wrong? It's hot. I just didn't expect it. Oh, sorry. I didn't really want to use cold water. Having finished, I start to retract my hand, but then Yuri suddenly holds my wrist. Wait. Just for a little longer. It feels really nice. I keep my hand where Yuri's against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. It's an intense expression that I recognize from when she reads her books. It's almost as if she's lost in a daze, enveloped by her own thoughts. She breathes gently, half the way through slightly parted lips. What is happening? Is this the aroma of the jasmine oil giving me this dizzy feeling? Yuri's gentle fingers wrapped around my wrists send a tingling sensation through my arm. And suddenly her face seems much more close to mine than just a moment ago. Yuri slowly pulls away. Sorry, I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out. It's fine. The moment is over as soon as it began. Yuri picks up the brush again, but her movements seem a bit clumsier and she's unable to focus. She remains silent, forced me to ignore the event that just transpired. I hesitantly retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. That should do it. I finished filling the night sky with white dots to look like stars. Looking at the banner as a whole, it's very pretty in nature looking. I think it came out better than I expected. I'm really happy with the results. Yeah, me too. Are you gonna add the lettering now? No, not yet. It needs to dry first. Ah, that is true. But won't that take a while? Well, perhaps it would be best to leave it here and then bring it in the morning. I can do the lettering in the classroom before the event starts. Is that okay? No, that's totally fine. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. Whew. You say like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume that you're at least enjoying yourself a little bit? Oh, no, it's not that. I'm just glad that we managed to get everything done. I see. I am too. I was a little concerned about the time. I need to start making dinner soon. You don't have any time left? I was secretly hoping that she had some extra time after finishing work. Well, Yuri thinks to herself. I think it would be too irresponsible for me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there'd be more time as well. It's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker. No, it's not your fault at all. And the most important thing is that we got everything done, right? Yeah. So, I shouldn't be disappointed or anything. Gathering all her things, Yuri seems to be a little bit more downcast. I understand why. It sounds like she rarely gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment. But that doesn't mean that this is the last time it can happen. Once Yuri packs up, I walk her in front of a door. Thank you very much for having me today. No problem. I'm glad I was able to help. Okay, it seems like the network lag is slowly stopping, and hopefully that stays the same. So let's just continue reading. Just let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring tomorrow. I will. Well then, Yuri fidgets. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, I kind of said that without thinking. About today. It's fine if we don't have that much time as we wanted, because we can do this again whenever you want. You can come over, or we can go out somewhere. I forget. You don't like going out much. I stumble my words, and Yuri simply smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so you're very thoughtful, Gunter-kun. Yuri takes a step closer and then briefly squeezes my hand. I kind of like that about you. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? But I even get a chance to. Suddenly Yuri pulls back. Sayori? Hi, Gunter-kun. Sayori, just now we weren't. Eh, it's okay, Gunter-kun. I just stopped by to say hi. Um, well, it's nice to meet you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave. Aw, really? That's too bad. I'm sorry. But we'll all be together at the festival tomorrow, so that should be fine, right? Of course! Sayori beams. Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. Clearly embarrassed, Yuri hurries off. Sayori waves goodbye. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my home, but my imagination was really being mean to me. So I had to come here and see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you two are having, and how close you got to Yuri. It makes me really happy that you made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Tears start to fall down Sayori's face. That's all that matters to me. And why am I feeling this way, Gunter-kun? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be better if you could just disappear. Sayori, don't say that. It's true, Gunter-kun. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have wasted your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just... Wait, Monica? Monica's right about what? Sayori, what I said before was true. I'm not gonna let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't a burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel pain anymore. But Sayori looks away. But I put her hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, Gunter-kun. Like, I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Sayori? I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. Sayori? It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this myself. Gunter-kun, I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And... That's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand on my own. Do you remember what I said, that I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now. And that's what I'm going to give you. Sayori. Alright. So, for this, I personally, if it was me like the last playthrough, both of these are too crazy of an answer, because we know about Sayori's depression and how people with depression, it handles their mind a lot differently than most people, and sometimes it's hard for them to think, like, not really say rationally, I guess rationally, but it's something to where, like, it's hard for them to, like, just go through every day, like, it's a hard day for them. Basically, it's basically just a really hard day, and it's really hard to, like, try to get a life on track, or just, like, trying to be it's hard for me to explain because I rarely go through this, but it's something to where, like, it's one of those things where it's like you kind of want to help, but it's very hard to do so, because it differs from somebody, and it also depends on your closeness with the person and stuff, and it's something to where it's like I don't know. I don't know. It's like either you know you're qualified to be able to help them, and most people who try to help aren't, and it gets to this weird situation of they're trying to help them, but in certain ways it could be damaging them a little bit more, just because they just want to see the positive outcome of like a straight B line, like a point A to point B. They don't see like the complexity of how dangerous it could be for someone with depression. Um, but yeah, it's a really tough situation to be put through, which is one of the great things about this game, because it kind of sprung up slowly and it builds up and it makes you go like, oh geez, this is pretty dangerous stuff. Oh, sorry about the mic. This is pretty dangerous stuff. And for me, I would first ask, I wouldn't even go to like this crazy stuff like that. I would try to see like, are you talking to your parents about it? Have you talked about trying to ask professionals and stuff? Even though she says that she doesn't like people worrying about her, it's something to where like, you're gonna have to let that happen. People anywhere are gonna worry about you because of how close you've become. People worry about people that are like they have a connection with, whether it be romantically friendly or just mutually friendly or something like that, to where it's strong enough to where it would worry about you. And it's something that it's a big cycle of something crazy going on like that. It's yeah, I can like talk about how crazy the situation can become, especially since I actually haven't really experienced this myself. I'm just going through like my weird thought process on it, and hopefully that will like give you my like perspective on it and try to do something like that. So for my saying, for my previous stream, I said that it'll be my best friend, but since technically we're going to the full Sayori route, we're gonna have to say I love you, which this can be kind of damaging. To have all that shock of saying you love them go right to their head, and somehow they have to process that feeling of that as well. And especially crazy since she's young too, even though they're 18 years old. All these characters are 18 years old, but they're in high school. But whatever, forget all that. They're still young and still trying to develop feelings or develop situations in their brain and just thought processes, and they don't really have much experience of like having to deal with this, and it's all new stuff going on, and it's just going on a whim of their feelings, which is very strong, to where it can lead them to a good thing or a much very bad thing, if you rely on your feelings way too much. And it's crazy. It's crazy. So, but we're going to the straight Yuri route for this game, for this playthrough. So I'm gonna have to say we're at 2 hours and 30 minutes. All right, we're gonna say that we love you, and I already know how this turns out. And if you know how this turns out, well, buckle up. Here we go. I love you. Those are my true feelings. So there's no way you can tell me that I like you more, that you like me more than I like you. I should have realized it sooner. But spending time with everyone at the club, making new friends, and having fun with you every day, you helped me realize that you are truly the most important person to me. That's why I accept any of your burdens. As long as we continue every day like this, with you by my side, then I know we'll both be happy. Gunter-kun. Suddenly, Sayori wraps her arms around me. Gunter-kun, is this really okay? Yeah. I hold Sayori in my arms and pull her closer to her. I'll never have you let go of me again. I love you, Gunter-kun. I want to be with you forever. Me too. I feel Sayori's grip around me weaken a bit. What is this? Sayori? I'm supposed to be happy right now. I thought this would be the most happiest moment for me. But why? Even now? Why won't the rain clouds go away? They're not going away at all, Gunter-kun. It's okay, Sayori. It might take some time for things to get better again. But no matter how long it takes, I'll be there every step of the way. And that's all that matters right now. Okay. I trust you. Sayori and I slowly release each other. So, I guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first date, huh? What are you saying? I don't want to think about those things, you know. I want every day to be the same as it always been. Even if we really are a couple. I don't know if I can handle anything more right now. It's really new and scary to me. I understand. We'll go at whatever pace suits you best. Hey, Gunter-kun. Sayori gazes at me once more, smiling sadly. And if I get really, really sad, this is the best thing for me, right? I really don't understand what Sayori means by that. Are you saying this is making me? Are you saying that this is all making you feel sad, Sayori? I don't know. I don't understand what I'm feeling. I feel like a bunch of thorns when you told me you love me. But that's why I want to trust you. You know what's best for me. Yeah, I do. That's my promise. I say that, but in reality, I never felt more uncertain when it comes to Sayori. I know that I love her, and she loves me. But I'm having this trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more, something different. I know these things will continue to plague me until things are back the way they were. Is that what Sayori meant by not wanting anything to change? I don't know. But I know that I'll give her everything that I've got. Sayori is the most important person to me, and I'll do whatever it takes to make a future happy for her. Oh, I wonder how true that will be. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I've expected this to be the one I'll be walking school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I consider going to her house to wake her up, but I decided it's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up and take it with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funny enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited about it I can spend my time with Sayori, Yuri, and Yuri at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event would be great too. Gunter-kun, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets of each of the booklets on each of the desks of the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared all of the poems we'll be performing, blah, blah, blah. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought that Monica would like. And I submitted it. So that's the one that I'll be performing today. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You think on days this important she tried a little bit harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. And I suddenly feel awful, knowing it's not nearly as simple as for her. I only said that because it's the way I'm used to thinking, but maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. You should take a little bit more responsibility for her, Gunter-kun. I mean, especially after your exchange yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know. Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I am the club president after all. But I stammer, surprised and embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about that quickly? That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan to bring it up with anyone yet. Jeez. You know, you don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Eh? Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desk. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously now. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving an almost professional feel. I recognized Natsuki's and Yuri's poems from the one they performed during the practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she's practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. Yep, the old classic get out of my head speech. Get out of my head before I know what's best for you, listening. Everything you should need to me, show how much I love you. Finish writing this poem. It doesn't really finish, it just stops moving. Oh, reliving this is so fun. What is this? Reading a poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Ganturkan, what's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything Sayori has written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm gonna get Sayori, so, alright then. Try not to take too long. Okay. I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Monica calls that after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least try and wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simplest gesture of walking her home to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things would be the same as they've always been. And that's all she needs. And that's all I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I wasn't expecting answers since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori! She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe she ended up doing all of this. After all. Walking her up to her own house? Is that really something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on the door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy! There's no response. I didn't really have to want to enter the room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach in privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Sayori! Oh, yeah, I see the forge out there. Game script line. See trace back for details. This classic line. Okay. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This can't be real. There's no way this could be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe this is what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed my urge to vomit. Just yesterday, Sayori told me that I told Sayori that I'll be there for her. I told her I know what's best and everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her. I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Sayori needed at all. Even she told me how painful it is for her to care about her. Then why did I confess to her and make her feel even worse? Why was I so selfish? It's my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me that everything I could have prevented this point. If I just spend more time with her, walked her to school, and remained friends with her like I've always been, I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. And she's gone forever now. Nothing I can do to bring her back. This is some game that I could reset and try something different. I only had one chance and I wasn't careful enough. And I'll carry this guilt for me till the day I die. Nothing in my life will be much more than hers. But I still couldn't do anything do what she needed from me. And now I can never take that back. Never. 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 End. Damn, it just straight up says end. Alright. Well then. Yeah, definitely this game is not suited for children. Hey, look at that. Yeah, about that. I'm curious to see what's happening right now. Yes. Let's return to the desktop, shall we? Oh, hello. We got pictures. What pictures do we have here? We got the poem. Oh, hello. All right, so we got Take My Hand. Take My Hand Forward, Call Me in My Step. A poem story on trust, yeah. Eagles by Years for second, third poem. Monica's first, second, third poem. A poem from Sayori distributed special events of the past. Acquire all of Sayori's other poems. There once was a ladybug. It was so small it took a real long time to crawl from here and there. It was very tiring to fly for too long. Nobody squishes ladybugs because they're cute. Does that make them better than other bugs? Do ladybugs know they're cute? I think they're too preoccupied with bug things. And so the ladybug crawled around and did bug things. The story isn't really going anywhere, but I know I don't mind. I know you don't mind. I hope you think it's nice for being there anyway. Like ladybugs. Like this ladybug. The one who clings like a doof onto your sleeve because it knows that you don't squash it. If it doesn't bug you, will you stay a while? Okay. Was this the poem? Okay, so yeah, these are all the cutscenes. So my childhood. Oh yeah, that's the morning sun. Oh, that's the sketch. Sketch of Sayori. Okay. Wait, we can actually set wallpapers? Hold on. D. Achievement unlocked. Error. What does that mean? Okay. Oh, I can actually set this as a wallpaper in the thing. That's good to know. Music. Playlist. Okay. Hug energy. Candy hearts, dear Shintas. Hey, sayonara. Sayonara. Yeah, that's a good old classic song right there. Files. Happy thoughts. PNG. Oh, that's a good PNG. Okay, now I understand why this is there. I understand this whole section right here. This is for the people on the consoles to where they can actually go in and figure out the actual deleting of files and whatnot. It's a lot more interesting to do just to escape out of this and go into the what you might call it to the actual desktop, which was actually clever. So this made it to where they brought the desktop feeling onto the consoles. Is what I'm guessing. So that's interesting. So yeah, like we said, we see Monica, Natsuki, and Yuri there, and Sayori is gone. All right, so that's that. Reset, unopen to open, trace back. see, that's the script transcript right there. Oh geez, I didn't break any. Did I? Hold on a second. I probably fixed this. I think. Actually, you know what? This would probably be a lot easier if I just delete her. She's the one making this so difficult. Well, here goes nothing. Alright, well. Do I get any mail? No, I don't get any mail. How do you get mail? Is there any other side stories? No, there are not. Oh boy. Well then. Holy crap, that is the actual time of my freaking that's the actual time in my thing. It is actually 10:44 p.m. where I live. That's funny. All right. Let's continue a little bit further into the side B of Doki Doki Literature Club. Yay! It's good to have Yuri, Natsuki, Monica, and blah, blah, blah. Let's go and play the game, shall we? Let's go. Start a new game. I see an annoying girl running towards me from a distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw herself. The girl's blah blah neighbor and a good friend of mine since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making a day, but it just kind of works out because you know each other for so long. We used to walk home together and things like this, but starting around high school, she would start to oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up on her. But if she's going to chase me like this, I almost feel I'd better off running away. But however, I just sigh and I cross one and let to catch up with me. Oh, jeez. It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and groups of friends walking to school together. Meanwhile, I just walk to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join the clubs. I am perfectly content of getting by on the average while spending more time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like I would get any girls there anyway. School day is ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking to find some motivation. Clubs. There isn't much interest in me. Besides, most of them will probably be too demanding for me to want to deal with. Guess I have no choice but start the anime club. Gunter. Monica! Oh, goodness. I totally didn't expect you here. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. We rarely talk, but we were in the same class together last year. Monica's a popular girl in the class, smart, beautiful, athletic, completely out of my league. So having her smile so generally like this a little. What'd you came for anyway? I've been looking for some supplies for the club. You know, if there's any construction paper in here. Or markers. I guess you could try to cause it. You're into the play club last year, right? About that. I actually quit the play club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity about how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what you had in mind? What club did you decide to join? Well, actually, I'm starting another one. The literature club. Literature? That sounds a bit dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but we only have 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Oh yeah, I can see that. But it's really nothing too boring at all, you know. Literature club can be anything: reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of the members even keeps her manga collection in the clubroom. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. Besides, a member is a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey, Gunter, by any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you can be the very least visit my club, it would make me very happy. Please. Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Awesome. You're really sweet, Gunter-kun. You know that. It's nothing really. Shall we go then? I'll look for materials another time. You're more important. And that's the day I saw myself with Marika and her irresistible smile. I dejectedly followed Marika across the school upstairs in sections of clothes where school I rarely visit. Marika, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back, and I brought a guest with me. Oh, fuck. I can't. Still hard for me to deal with in this game. I'm so unsettled. Jeez. A guest? Seriously? You brought in a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Gunter-kun. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So, let me guess. You're Monika's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude is apparently named Natsuki, the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's first year. Anyway, Natsuki, this is Natsuki, energetic as ever. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears capably and more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Gunter-kun in a classroom, and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monika! Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance if you brought someone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make us some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you sit down, Gunter-kun? The girls have a few desks and form a table. Yuri's in the corner in the closet. Meanwhile, Monika and Natsuki sitting across. I feel awkward. I sit next to Monika. So, you do not really have planned... I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure that you feel right at home, okay? As the president of the literature club, it is my duty to make sure this club is fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there are any more people in this club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way, yes. Now, many people are very interested in putting all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it is something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work very hard and to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls with all different same goals. I'm an idiot. Monika must have worked really hard to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places the teacup in front of us before setting the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Yeah, I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. No, that's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be my best pastime, but I enjoy tea at least. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles herself before chat. So, Gunter-kun, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, it doesn't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I might have quartered myself half jokingly. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. What about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the tea, but she does the thing. My favorites are usually novels that build in deep, complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly past about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since we momentarily rocked in, but it's obvious the way her eyes glowed up that she finds herself uncomfortable in the world of books, not people. But I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements really immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Oh, no shit. I read a horror book too. Desperately grasping something that can relate to you on a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri must have a conversation with a rock. I expected that from you, Yuri. Suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me into another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is really successful at changing the way you look at the world, even for a brief moment. Oh yeah, like flickers of death around us. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, it's just... Natsuki's artist dies towards me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of paper behind a last club meeting. You look like you were writing a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud and give it back. Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share some sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. And one must willing to open up to readers, exposing their vulnerabilities and showing them the deepest reaches of their heart. Do you have experience writing things to Yuri? Maybe you should share some of your work so you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable sharing yours. I guess the same for you, Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start and find activities for all of us to participate in together. I decided that to take the responsibility of vice president, after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Don't you agree as well, Kenta-kun? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we reached the point of the topic I bluntly come up with what's on my mind. I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made a decision. So I have other clubs to look at and, lost my train of thought. All girls stare back at me with detached eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought, The girls exchange glances before Monica respects me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Gunter-kun. The thing is, we don't have enough members to form an official club. We need 4. And we've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find more members before the festival... I'm defenseless with these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear decision like this? It would feel terrible letting everyone down in this situation. Besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. And if writing poems is the price of paying to play to spend time with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Gunter-kun? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me there for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would have been super pissed. Gunter-kun, I am so happy. We can officially become a club now. Thank you so much for this. You are really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time. Yeah, thanks. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next club meeting so we can all share. Looks like Monica looks over me once more. Gunter-kun, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really express the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel exciting welled up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls all chit-chat and Yuri cleans up the teen set. Guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. On the way home, my mind wanders between 3 girls, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I be really spending the day with these girls in the literature club? Perhaps I'll grow a little closer to these girls. Alright. Guess I'll need more time to be most of my circumstances. I'm sure good fortune will find me. Guess I'm supposed to write a poem tonight. Oh my god. I unlocked a special poem. I guess I have no choice but to read it. Let's go. Oh, happy thoughts. Oh, that's not happy at all, dude. That is not a happy thought at all. Jeez, man. And that's not even a friggin' poem. Ugh, okay. Okay. Alright, time to save this. Return. Let's make the Natsuki poem this time around. Because last time I think I started with Yuri and went all the way through with that. Now let's go all the way with Natsuki and see what we got. What do we got? We got Hop. And we got Twirl. We got Anime. We got Kiss. We got Papa. We got Candy. We got Poof. We got Fun. We got Spinning. We got Cheeks. We got Chocolate. We got Milk. Yes, we got Milk. We got Pink. We got Sweet. We got Kawaii. We got Lucky. We got Vanilla. We got Lollipop. We got Color. And we got Love. Yay, full 20 for 20. Full 2020. Hi again, Katakan. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. At least I was last to come in, so everyone's already hanging out. There you are, Yuri. Thanks for keeping your promise, Katakan. I hope this isn't an overwhelming of commitment for you. Making you dive head first in the literature when it comes to it. There you are. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. You already said you'd be dragged here by Monica. And I don't know if you plan to just come here to hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you're kind of... Monica, you're actually... Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps a manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki pops back in the seat. Sorry, Gensa-kun. I'll make sure to put you comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki's a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read. Well, you can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. It only feels right for me to do something you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. Oh, yeah, the room is now slowly coming towards me. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be part of this club. Even if I don't read, I'll be happy to pick out a book you want me to read. Are you sure? It just felt like, well, as vice president and all, I should be able to help you get started on something you like. Yuri reaches into the bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so I should keep your attention even though you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you like. How's this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out the books she think I'll like, despite me not reading much. Thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Whew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Oh, well, back in our own pace. Now that everyone's settled, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But it doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is bearing the book. I happen to notice intense expression, waiting for this chance, and rummaging through the closet. Ugh! I hear Natsuki's exasperated expression in the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something there? Fucking... She never puts my stuff in the right spot. What's the point of collecting Keep your collection organized if someone else is gonna mess it up. Natsuki slides into a stack of books across the shelf. Manga? You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things you can't really admit to someone until you figure out where the other person stands. How'd you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written all over your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a long volume of manga that sends stacks into various books on one shelves. Curious, I pulled out one of the stacks. There it is! The curious snatched out of my hand, and then she turns to the box and slips it in the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one missing book is probably the most irritating sight in the world. Oh, I know that, Phil. I get a close look at the box that she's marring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. It's probably one of those things either out of way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, then you can go judge it. You can do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging or anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Gunza-kun. Consider the little. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first form of Parfait Girls in the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. She stares at the cover. It features two girls. The cover is hiring striking anime feminine poses. It's exceedingly moe. Don't just stand there. Ugh. Natsuki grabs my arms and pulls me out of the closet. Then she takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She passes on the ground, sitting next to me to sit there. Wait. Did I just see a shadow? I thought I saw some type of shadow right before. I might have to look back and see it. It might be just like something. Hope that's something burned in my TV. But I thought I saw like a weird after image. Huh. I don't know. It seemed weird. I will check it out in a little bit. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take a seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like this. Why's that? Oh, I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Ugh, don't just say that. You make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crossed her arms and scooched an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly be expected to sit this closer either. Not that I'd say it's particularly a bad thing. I opened the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space. I hope she doesn't notice. I hope that I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to read than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? As you flip back to your older novels every now and then? Not really. Sometimes after I've really finished, maybe sometimes I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing really has happened yet, so I can't talk at the same time. It looks like a bunch of school friends at high school. It's a typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew tired of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Hey, good old Natsuki picture. I'll miss you so much. Except from what happens later. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read. Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it is fun to share something with someone. I always get excited when I convince my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? Don't you? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. I'm sorry. I could ever show get my friends to read this. They just think manga's for kids. I can't even bring it up without you telling them like, ew, you still haven't grown out of these yet? It makes me want to punch them in the face. Yeah, I know those types of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort for friends who don't judge, but it's less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser. I guess I gravitated more to losers ahead of time. It's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I can't even fit a show into my own room. My dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this. At least it would be safe in the club room. Except Monika's being a jerk about it. Ugh, I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, I'm here reading it. Well, it's not like it's solved any of my problems. Maybe, but at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Could you... Hey, that's enough. Are you gonna read or what? Yeah. I flip the page. And time passes. Natsuki's strangely quiet now. I glance over. Oh, looks like she's starting to fall asleep. Yo, Natsuki. Yeah? Suddenly, Natsuki claps straight into me. Hey, oh, jeez. Okay. Oh, jeez. Natsuki, are you okay? Here. Monica reaches in the bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws that in Natsuki's direction. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. Natsuki's the bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper. I told you not to go. She doesn't even finish the sentence before stuffing it in her mouth. Don't worry, Gunter-kun. She's fine. It just happens every now and then. That's why I always keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyway, why don't we all share poems now? Alright, so who should I show a poem to? I guess yeah, I'm gonna this is a different playthrough. I wonder who I should show my poem to first. I don't know. Maybe Natsuki first, or Monica. Yeah, let's go with Natsuki first and see exactly what the flip happened. I told Natsuki I was interested in poems yesterday. It's probably fair if I share with mine first. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. And what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have done better things. In fact, I remember how I said you want to read my poems? I want to read your poems? That's exactly what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel more comfortable enough to share yours. Just like Monica said. Well, would it be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours were really bad? You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go like, ha! Well, that's not great, but let me show you how show you what real literature looks like. And then you went on all and you ruined it. Hope you're happy. So, in other words, you're saying you liked it? Ugh! Natsuki retorts, gets taut in the throat. Ugh! You're so... You just don't understand, do you? I already told you you don't have to go announcing it to the world that you're like self-important. I'm pretty sure I never said that. I said that mostly to myself. Natsuki really must hate me or something. I can't really figure out if it win or lost you like my poem. In any case, you need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Alright, that's the eagles can fly and whatnot. Yeah, I told you you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing is to be all or something. Excuse me. So don't take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems to express themselves? Your writing style shouldn't make a message any valid. Yes, exactly. It's like when easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing people around you do things that can be very disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other thing about simple wordplay is it puts But the other nice thing about simple writing is it puts more weight into the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, and I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in that last line. Oh, so you did. I guess it went more into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya? Yeah, I guess not. The side of humor with that last comment. I don't really care how everyone knows this, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Where should I put my poem to next? Let's go with Yuri then. Let's go with Yuri. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more enough time to finish reading. Sorry. Forgot to start speaking. It's fine. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that may be why after reading it. Oh, so it's that bad? No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in the hands. I couldn't help but notice that she's been in several minutes and we haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to the people. It's fine, I didn't really notice. What were you saying? Right. It's just that there are a lot of specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick on them. And the most noticeable thing I've recognized with new writers is when they try to make themselves very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the subject matter and to fit form the two together. And the result is that both styles and the expressiveness are weakened. Once she really finds the train of thought, if their demeanor changes, the stammering is gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, it's not like something you could be blamed for. There are a lot of different techniques and skills that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them out and building on them, but having to work together, and probably the most challenging part. It may take you some time, but it all comes with practice by learning example and trying things. I hope that everyone in the club gives you the valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about other people like that. Sorry. Oh, it's fine. I'm not sure if yours apologizes himself for me or Natsuki. You mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yours smiles dreamily as if it's an opportunity, which is funny. It's supposed to be a literature club. I don't know about the terms of breed. Oh, yeah, same thing. I'm sorry, it's such terrible handwriting. What? I didn't think that at all. It took you a long time to read. I don't read script often. I really think your handwriting's pretty. Well, that's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's very descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's the first time sharing, I want to make something a little bit more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Alright, here to go, Sayori. Sayori is not a ghost at all, Kanji-kun. Really? I must have totally missed that part. Well, I suppose you only glanced over it after all. But, remember that poems often express their own thoughts and feelings and the experiences of their work. And they usually do more than tell simple stories or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in the less main place of comfort and never let go of the past, instead of be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I haven't thought about that. It's very impressive. Oh, it's nothing really. It makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Alright, last but not least, let's go to Monica. Let's go see. Alright, Gunter-kun. You have a good time so far. Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. It'd be better if I just go with the flow until I'm settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Gunter-kun. We're all a little embarrassed today, don't you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we need to learn to get past soon. Yeah, I guess it's true. Can I hand my poem to Maka? I like it, Gunter-kun. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No. Kind of reminds me of something that Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. Take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. If you're interested in Natsuki, then you can always keep a snack on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy. Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's fussy. She's in a fussy mood often, but she sometimes loses all restraint and shuts down. Like earlier. I guess it's just a guess, but I think she's so small because her nutrition is referring to adolescent growth. But hey, some guys are into petite girls, you know. As long as they're of age. And the petite girls are fine. As long as they're of age. And also, I'm a guy that loves a butt, so that having big boobs is irrelevant for me. Even though I do like the big boobs. Just saying. Just look on the bright side. Anyway, do you want to read my poem? No. Don't worry, I'm not very good. Sound very confident for someone who claims not being good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. it doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, I guess I'll read it then. Hole in wall, but he isn't looking at me. I'm confused, feeling my surroundings, behind the colors. Burn in my eyes. Can you see that? Is this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems of flat sheet of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling play tricks in my ears. My room begins to crackle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallow my fears. I brandish my pen. So, what do you think? It's very free form, if you want to call it that. Sorry, I'm not really the right person for feedback. That's okay. Well, yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems seem to be putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it could be very powerful. What inspiration was behind this one? Well, I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you can say I had some type of epiphany recently. It has been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that. It's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too asphyxiated on a point. If you try to make it perfect, you won't make it progress. Force yourself to get something done on paper and tied up later. Another way to think about it is this. Keep your pen on the thing. Yeah, we know about that. That's the advice. Thanks for listening. All right, let's move on. Whew. Yes, that's everyone. I glanced around the room. It was a little too stressful than anticipated. Simply everyone's judging me by my mediocre writing skills. Even though they're being nice, there's no way of poems stand up to theirs, and the music's being weird again. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika's writing something in a notebook. Eyes on Yuri Natsuki. They gingerly sheets paper and inspect the poems. They read them in tandem, expressing their feelings. Eyes narrow and smile sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? It's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem back in one hand. I guess you can call it fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You don't have to try too hard to come up with something that's nice to say. Thanks, but that didn't really come out nice at all. Well, I guess I have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have looked for someone who actually liked it, which people did, by the way. Monika liked it, and Gunter Kun did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a lot of time establishing my writing style, and I don't expect to change it anytime soon, unless of course I've come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Gunter Kun liked my poem too, you know. He even told me that he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new club member, Yuri. That's not what Yuri stands up as well. You're just jealous that Gunter appreciates my advice more than you appreciate hers. Huh? And how do you know that he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make myself everything do over cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger since this Gunter-kun started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that doesn't involve you. Taking your own insecurities on others like that? You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking to me, wanna be edgy, bitch. Edgy? Sorry, my lifestyle is too much for someone your mental age can comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get themselves over at the graduating middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think that in counterbalancing your toxic attitude will by dressing and acting cute? The only thing cute about you is how hard you try. Well, be careful that you might cut yourself on the edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? Are you? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Oh yeah, go on. Like Gunter couldn't hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'd be head over ears after hearing this. Uh, Suddenly Yuri turns towards me as if I noticed I was standing there. Gunter-kun, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. How did it get? Oh jeez. All right. I really know. I pretty much know how this turns out, so I'm just gonna do this until. Oh, this is different. This is. Oh, that's entirely different. That is entirely different. I don't know if you played this game before, but if you're this far in the playthrough, in the old games, you would have these two options get closer and closer to you as it gets way too cumbersome in front of the screen and you can barely hear it and try to click it. And when Monica finally comes up, she's up in your face, but the answers are way too close for you to really try to clearly grab onto. But in this game, they stay the same, and Yuri and Natsuki come closer to you instead, which is pretty interesting and made me feel really different from the previous game where it's I don't know how to describe it. It's more like it's more it's the same claustrophobic feeling, but instead of like the game being closed in on you, which is I feel could be a little bit more effective depending on who you are. I like the fact the game can be more claustrophobic with the characters, especially behind this white noise type of background. They're just inching closer and closer where they're literally overlapping each other, and it's like you just start to see just their eyeball overlap one another, and it's that's clever. I like that. I like the way they did that. So let's let's go ahead and continue on with this because this is some good stuff right here. Oh, I need to click on it. Hey, Gunter-kun, why don't we step outside for a bit? Okay. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of it. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Excuse me. Some precedent I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little bit more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that is fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the club room. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. It looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth on her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri has said to Natsuki, or did. Gunter-kun, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget about it all by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over now, and you can go home if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you when you're done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility for today. That kind of sounds like you don't want me to be around for something, Yuri. No, it's not that. It's not that. I just didn't get much chance to discuss my book with Gunter-kun. And it would be really embarrassing with you listening. I guess I really don't have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing you trouble, but I really okay. It is time to go and do another poem. But before we do that, let's go ahead and save. Yeah, we're gonna overwrite and save that. We're gonna go and exit and go return to the desktop. We got more pictures. We got the hole in wall. It appears on Act 2. And that looks like it's pretty much. Oh, they have promo. That's cool. It looks like that's pretty much else. Yeah, that looks like that's pretty much else right there. Do we have any more side stories? Ah, crap. No, we don't. You serious? What time are we at? 3 hours and 38 minutes? We're gonna have to stop here, dude. We're gonna have to stop here, dude. To get outside, try writing poems for different characters and viewing their special scenes in Doki Doki Literature Club. All right. I really hope this doesn't mean I have to go through the beginning side of Doki Doki Literature Club. I really hope that's not the case. Because I want to be able to check out what the deal with Natsuki is as far as like doing all that type of stuff. Okay, as you can see from where I'm living, it is currently 11:30. We've hit the 11:30 mark where I live, and I feel like this is a good time as any to stop right where I am, and I'll continue this the next time we meet, guys. So next week we're gonna go ahead and try and do more Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. Hopefully we'll be able to continue on, and I feel like we're gonna be beating the actual main game next time we play this, and hopefully we'll get more side stories. Hopefully, because that's what I mainly was like. That's what I really want. Oh, let me check some files real quick. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to. I'm looking back at different files and stuff again. Oh, Sayori's winning words. Happiness. You can actually go and check out. Oh, jeez. You can. Hold on. I gotta bring this back up. I'm gonna bring the game back up. Holy crap! Look at this. So I didn't know this before. So you can actually check out which words that you can use as far as the poems. That's insane. I never. That's something that's crazy. Wow. Jeez, that's crazy. You can actually see the actual poems in text. So you can actually refer to this if you wanted to. Wow. Yeah, that's where I saved the game. Internal. This is a scratch disk. Don't use sensitive permit things. If you need to access files for encrypted share, copy them and dispose them and plug directly in. Do not copy them here. Rhea is working and selling a proxy mail server so we can remote them without we're gonna have to higher ups. Keep everything offline until then. Paula. What the hell is this? Is this some new stuff that we don't know about? I'm sorry. I'm now I straight up went and dived deep. Test case for a Ninja model server collecting data. Data migration. Encrypted files share Monday. Robots field gets into data connection field. Audio field. Meeting time. You know who attending again. I need more sort of. I need to be more served about staying focused. What the heck? Tests. Then client. System. All right, that looks basically the same. Back. What the heck? What the heck is all this? All right, I guess that's nothing. Yeah, we know about the characters. Okay. Yeah, that's the trace back from before. Holy crap, that's all right. So yeah, we saw the Happy Thoughts PNG beforehand. We know about the Can You Hear Me? We've seen that. So yeah, that's the attributions. Yeah, that's basically the credits and licenses. So okay, now we're officially done. We are officially done. We can actually stop the stream and do all that crazy jazzy stuff. All right. All right, so straight up got rid of the game. All right, so yeah, like I said, thank you guys so much for coming by the stream. Tomorrow morning, I'm playing some Minecraft. We're gonna be exploring more. We're gonna be most likely dying again, trying to figure out what new stuff we can get. We'll most likely see if we can try to gather new materials. And I don't know if we'll be able to make a new type of settlement, like a new type of way to make like another house, like way over at another shoreline. If we can possibly figure out a way to do that, then that would probably be our next goal for tomorrow morning. But for the most part, we're most likely going to be just exploring and figuring out stuff, and hopefully see the dolphin that we saw last time, because that dolphin was like extremely cute, and I love that dolphin. Like, I was surprised like a dolphin was like following me around. I was like, yo, look at that dolphin. Geez, I like that dolphin a lot. You can check out my previous stream last week if you want to check out the dolphin clip. But yeah, Minecraft tomorrow morning, and then later on after that, some Guilty Gear Strive online matches on PC. I don't have Gold Lewis Dickinson because I don't have the Season 1 pass, because I have no money. And I didn't realize it wasn't going to be on the DLC until the 30th, I think. Yeah, it's either 30th or 31st. It's one of those. So that sucks. But I'm a patient dude. I cannot wait to actually try out Gold Lewis Dickinson and checking out the 8-way half circle pizza coffin behemoth typhoon madness that he has. I'm really curious about that, and hopefully I'll be able to get it down as far as those motions are concerned, because I do use a stick, and it's a bat top stick, so it might be slightly easier to actually input those particular commands. Maybe we'll have to see. But yeah, just we have to stay tuned and see exactly what that's all about. So with that being said, I'm gonna go to sleep and get ready for said stream tomorrow. So hope you guys have a good night. Take care, guys, and hope to see you guys next time. Take care, guys. Bye.